feels great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thought you told me you haven't been to the gym in a while.
I haven't.
All right, well, we're gonna really test you now and put you on the treadmill.
All right.
You ready?
Yep.
What's up guys, Derek, moreplates.com. Today we are going to be going over Johnny Sins. A lot of you guys probably know who that is for reasons you may or may not want to admit, but we all know who the fuck he is. And there's been a lot of requests to cover his, not really transformation, but just his body composition in general. Is this something you can reasonably expect to achieve with half decent genetics, I guess, with good diet and training principles over the course of, 5-10 years plus of lifting?
I specifically asked for a female doctor.
I understand, ma'am, but I am a doctor. I'm a professional.
So the thing about Johnny is he's pretty much had the same physique for his entire career. So it's kind of hard to say yes or no as to whether he is on gear or not. And to get some more insight and at least kind of elucidate what kind of progress he made from baseline to the physique he's been walking around with for over a decade now, we have to look back to him before he even started lifting at around 17 years old to get a gauge of how genetically gifted this guy is, and when he started working out, how quickly he blew up. Now, supposedly he started working out at age 19, and he started off as a pretty skinny guy.
And Johnny, he began working out when he was around 19. After buying some cheap weights, he started exercising at home. It's the best way to start. I guess he was a little bit of a string bean, so he bulked up.
And then Johnny goes on to outline exactly what his starting weight was at 19 years old when he first started hitting the weights.
I was just a scrawny kid. I probably weighed $135, $140, and I was a shy kid too, so it was like I had to do something to generate attention from the ladies.
So obviously Johnny's current physique is actually pretty impressive. He posts, diet updates. He posts, workouts and stuff.
I don't take too many supplements. I'm really bad at taking supplements like creatine and things like that you have to take every day and on a consistent basis. Just with traveling and working so much, I always forget. So I pretty much stick to the supplements that, you can take pretty much any time.
He's always, striking distance of single-digit body fat percentage. Some would argue he is single-digit body fat percentage, and he's not a rail. He has a decent amount of size while simultaneously being lean. And there's that saying, you can either be big or lean, but you can't have both if you're natural. And I don't think that's necessarily true for everyone. But in Johnny's case, a lot of people are really on the fence because his physique does look as good as a lot of guys who take gear. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that just because one guy has shitty genetics and one guy has good genetics, that it's even comparison that can be made, but it certainly makes it harder to believe for a lot of individuals who don't look as good as this guy, even once they've, hit the gym 5 days a week, tracked their macros, eaten a deficit, hit their cardio, and they still don't look anywhere near this. It's hard for some people to believe that this could be natural. When you actually look at his statistics, he is supposedly 6 feet tall and about, depending on the site, and there's a lot of different sites that have his statistics, he's about 5'11" or 6 feet tall and about 174 pounds. Some peg him as high as 180 pounds, but the consensus is he's around 6 feet tall, 175 pounds. So you have to consider if he started working out at 135 to 140, that he's only actually gained about 35 to 40 pounds since he started working out. And when he started working out, he was skinny. He obviously didn't have any fat on him really. And as he progressed throughout his 20s, he never really seemed to bulk up to the point that he lost, facial definition or his cuts. Even at 27, it looks like he's already reached his physique that he has today. As early as 30, he has this physique, and going forward for the next over decade, he maintains pretty much the exact same physique, and it looks no different now at what is, I believe, to be 41 years old, or he might be turning 41 this year. So throughout his mid-20s, after he basically packs on the first 35 to 40 pounds, he kind of just maintains over a 10 to 15 years thereafter. Now, in every photo available that I could find, his face is lean. It never looks like he actually did a bulk to gain the size he did. He kind of just, lean gained from his baseline up to where he is now and then chilled there for the majority of his life. There's not a whole lot of pictures of him in his early to mid 20s though, so it kind of just jumps from him being a kid, sort of, to him being a full-grown adult, having the physique that we all know today. So if he started working out at age 19 and he went from 135 or 140 to 174 and is about single digits now, at most, he packed on 40 pounds of muscle over what I presume to be a span of probably 5+ years at most. And I think after that, the diminishing returns probably set in quite significantly. And from there, he kind of just maintained what he had for the rest of his career. So if he was a different height, if he was much shorter, or if this weight variation was much different, I might have a bit of a different guess on if he is indeed natty or not. And I think there's an argument both ways, but frankly, if it's not in the most flattering lighting circumstances, he's a muscular guy and he's lean, but this is absolutely achievable naturally. And I personally believe that he is natural, and he has been natural for the majority of his life. And if he wasn't at some point, he probably just cycled intermittently. And obviously it wasn't a significant enough change in his physique for us to really notice, because this guy's been filming for quite a while now.
I bet you'll be a big hit.
You think so?
I know so.
And most of us have seen his physique, and it hasn't changed very much at all. So he's always lean. He always has the same level of muscle mass. He's pretty much weighed the same from what I can tell. He never lets himself go. He never bulks up. He never cuts down. And yeah, I think he's natural. And I do not think that his progression is indicative of performance-enhancing drug use. So, of course, it's entirely possible that he's just on, a low dose of testosterone now. He's going into his 40s. It wouldn't be unreasonable for him to be on TRT at this point. However, I think that he is probably natural up to this point, and the likelihood, in my opinion, is that he's still natural. But I could be wrong on that, of course, and his physique is certainly impressive and could very well be enhanced. So take from that what you will. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Johnny Sins is on test or on anything else? Is he on TRT? Is he on any kind of performance enhancing drugs? Obviously, TRT is not really categorized as performance enhancing drug use, but if you are artificially holding your testosterone levels at high normal, you're certainly going to hold on to more tissue than you would have otherwise as a natural with continually diminishing endogenous androgen production. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Helps the algorithm when you comment, so it's always much appreciated when you do. If you can like the video too, that helps. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that'd be cool, at moreplates_moredates. Facebook, the organic reach there is complete garbage, so if you want to follow me there, that'd be much appreciated too, because I don't know what it is about the algorithm there, but if you don't have like a viral video of a guy, falling off of a fence, or a guy running into a wall, or a dog doing some cool trick, it's like, or some prank video, it's like impossible to get your video organically pushed to a new audience. So if you can follow me there, that would help grow it on Facebook, as well as wherever else I am, Twitter, TikTok, BitChute, Apple Podcasts if you want to get audios of the videos. Sometimes it's easier to listen than to watch. If you don't want to kill your data on YouTube, you can listen to it on the iTunes or Spotify or wherever it is. I'm on pretty much all the platforms that people use. And if you want to support the channel, check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below. My TRT clinic, if you are seeking hormone optimization or feel you may benefit from it, I compel you to reach out to them and talk with a patient care coordinator and see if you have any imbalances or deficiencies that may warrant addressing to improve your quality of life and potentially your quantity of life too. I mean, you could talk with our doctor over Skype, over FaceTime, over Zoom, whatever's convenient for you, and it's all telemedicine, so it's all done from the convenience of your own home. And if you qualify and they feel you would benefit from medication, you can get $50 off your first order with the coupon code MPMD50 in the video description below, as well as my nootropic and pre-workout formulas. The nootropics for studying, productivity, work, business presentations, pretty much anything that you would benefit from increasing your creativity, focus, or productivity in. It's very good at promoting a higher level of work output and quality of work in that context. So basically students, working individuals, stuff like that, I feel it excels best for. Personally, I use it for staying locked in for 12+ hour workdays currently, and I used a combination of nootropics myself in my university years to try and retain as much information as possible and cram for ridiculous final exams and whatnot. And the pre-workout formulas, obviously self-explanatory what those do. You can check out the labels and compare them to your current pre to see how they stack up. And I would compel you to try ours because I make sure that they are better than what you probably have right now. And then anything else I'm associated with, video description below. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.